Good morning, my friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while, and I took some break, almost a month break, and I just needed that time off. But we're back again, and today is kind of a special day. I specifically took a day off from work. It's a Friday, and I am back here at Barr Lake. Last time, if you remember, if you watched all my videos, my very first video was from the Barr Lake, and it was back in January, end of the January, when I came out here. And it was cold. So this morning, I'd say it's probably maybe like 45, and it's just after 6 o'clock, like 6:30. And yeah, what a change from the cold January morning to nice morning in May. May 7th, 2021. And the goal for today is just to come back and see how Lake has changed since the last time we were here. See what kind of birds are back already, because they're coming back. Probably not every species have come back yet, but a lot of them should be here. I know that there was last year I saw the owl's nest, so I want to see if there are already, and I'm sure there are, little owlets there, and just to check, the water levels and how the lake looks in general. So I can show you. So there's quite a high water level, but this is actually somewhat normal. Lake was so dry last summer, that there was literally almost no water in it. So now I'm glad to see that with all the rain and snow we got, it has filled up. So it's very nice. I can show you the sign. There's the little owl babies. So farther down, there was a nest, and it was last year. So I'm pretty confident that this year is the same. But yeah, just came out, and to my big surprise, I came in, and in the parking lot, I'm the only one here. There's literally nobody here, so this is exactly what I like. I just want peace and quiet. There's a big bird sitting up on a tree. I think it's an osprey, actually. They're here. I know that. It's either an osprey or an eagle. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm the only one here. That means by taking the day off, it has paid off already. I don't see anybody, and yeah, that is exactly how I like it. So yeah, let's just walk and explore, and if there is anything, I'm of course going to take pictures, and all of them are going to be posted at the end of this video. So yeah, welcome back to Barr Lake, and this is what it looks like in May. And if you want to see how it looked back in January, I highly recommend you to go back to my very first video, and you'll see what a drastic change. Yeah, it's a very welcome sight to see water up, and it means birds coming close to the shore, better opportunities to take pictures. Yeah, so yeah, it's very very exciting, and we'll see how it goes. And my plan for today, like I said, is just come here, see how everything has changed, and go down to the very last blind, where I took some eagle pictures. If you remember, that was in another video, and see how it looks over there. Maybe some night herons are back, you know. Maybe I see my old good buddy kingfisher. Yeah, but yeah, that's the plan. I can tell you that this is a happy morning. The nature is happy. Birds are singing. The whole air is happy. It's a breeding season for birds, so they're just singing away, trying to attract their mates. And you can see and feel that the whole nature is happy and in a very good mood. And it's like a beginning of the new day. Back in January, you know, when it was a quiet season, I mean, there was nothing much going on besides the eagles being around. But now, I mean, there are all kinds of birds, and leaves are starting to pop. Everything is getting greener, and give it a couple weeks, and this place is gonna be again totally different. This little creek right here, little ditch, it's full of water. Later in the summertime it's gonna be completely dry, but right now, I mean, you can feel the life around here, you know, and it's very cool feeling. So I'm just enjoying myself, listening to the bird songs and see what kind of pictures I can take. And I brought with me 3 lenses today. That's my 600mm one, then I have 35mm wide lens with me, and I got a tripod in my car, but I'm planning to go to a different place to maybe snap some landscape pictures later on. And then I also have my macro lens with me, and I'm planning using 600 going towards the last blind, and take pictures with 600mm lens. Coming back, I'm gonna switch out to macro lens, and I can already see like a little flowers popping up where I can take some pictures of them, and some other stuff. So yeah, that's the plan. 600mm going to the last blind, and 105mm macro lens coming back. So that's the plan. This guy's listening to the sound. I assume it's some kind of a frog. Or maybe it's something else. Some birds, I don't know. I doubt it. Those are birds. To me, that's a frog. I've just never heard such a sound. Yeah, everything is alive, you know. I mean, there are certain sounds I'm hearing out in the fields here, and I don't even know where they come from and what it would be. But yeah, it's a very happy morning, like happy days. Very, very interesting. Wow. There's a blackbird up on a tree. Yeah, I keep hearing these noises coming from. There are two mallards. I keep hearing these noises coming from this field, and I don't know what it is. I almost feel like those are pheasants or something. Could be. Maybe if I'm lucky, I will see some. Happy birds. Look who's over there. He was just laying down there, you know, and then I came here and he got up, and there he is, little deer. I was watching this red-tailed hawk being harassed by European starlings. Like a little deer. There might be more of them around here. It's pretty. Hi. There he goes. So the hawk is up in this tree. I know it's hard to see, but I can see him. It's a pretty big red tail. So yeah, these European starlings were attacking him, so I bet you there was a nest. And they just tried to get the hawk away from the eggs or the babies. So here's a deer just hopping across the field. Very beautiful morning. There goes the hawk. Here we're coming up with the geese family. They're just hanging out here. I'm not gonna do anything to you guys. Don't worry. Bye-bye, geese. Come on back up. There are definitely frogs making all this noise. Seems like there are quite a few of them. I just can't see anybody. More geese. Little guys who's sitting up on a tree. There's a young eagle. There were two of them. Yeah, usually they don't let you to get this close, but this one doesn't mind. Pretty cool. Hopefully you can see it. So look guys, both of them changed location and now they're sitting up on that treetop, the dead tree. Yeah, they're youngsters. Well, I don't know, like they're not young, but I would say maybe like 3-year-old, because they're starting to show some white. 3-4-year-olds. They're pretty cool. Big birds. So now we are back on a boardwalk, which will lead us to the gazebo. Like right over there. It's getting warm, so I may take my jacket off. Yeah, it's good to see all these water levels being up. Like later in the year, there are a lot of snowy egrets here and grebes. They're doing their mating dance and stuff. It's kind of cool to observe them. Besides a couple mullards, I haven't seen any other interesting ducks. There's like one American coot. There he is over there. But and back, if you look straight forward, I mean, there used to be an eagle's nest, an old tree, and it finally fell down, and they had eggs in a nest, you know, and they did not survive the fall. So yeah, I just read that on Facebook. It happened earlier this spring, so that kind of sucks. Yeah, pretty sweet. There's some pelicans in the distance. Mr. Goose is not particularly happy with me being here, so I think that they may have eggs somewhere or babies, and I'm just trying They're just trying to basically steer me away from wherever it's at, it may be. Good God, look at this. I don't know if you can see it. Look at these humongous carp in the water. Can you see them? Wow. There's some massive fish. Whoa. They may weigh 10 pounds. Easy. Look at all them. They're huge. There's a lot of them down there too. Wow. Look at all these carp. Whoa. They're definitely big. That'd break your fishing rod if you catch one of those. Like years back, I actually caught, not this big, but a little smaller. There was like 9 pounds. And I mean, it was hard to get out. And I just caught and released it, and then I came back there for more. Yeah, I was catching them on there's a pelican. I was catching them on corn, and it actually snapped my fishing line. I mean, that guy was huge, man. I never got it even to see it. So it went under the dock, and I never got it out, never got to see him. Well, I assume it was, I don't know. Look at them. I assume that it was like maybe like 15 to 20 pounder. That one got away. Man, they're massive. Cool. And here's one Mr. Goose who got himself up on a tree. The trees, I've never seen one sitting up on a tree. Usually they are on the ground, but this makes it for a nice picture. It's pretty cool. There must be a I don't know what he's trying to do. Oh, I don't know if you got it or not, but that fish, that carp jumped out the water. It's kind of crazy. Now this goose he's a boss. He's a legend. He's like, I ain't gonna be on the ground, I'm gonna land on the tree. So here's the cormorant. Those boys are hard to take pictures of. They're so dark. You can see the tree stump. You know, there used to be a big tree and it fell over and actually ruined this boardwalk, and you can see like where it got repaired. And you can see a different color railing, so it straight fell over this boardwalk. Okay, Mr. Goose, what are you gonna do? Seems like he wants to take off or something, but can't quite decide what to do. Alright, Mr. Goose. do something. Make up your mind. Man, I'm just enjoying to be here by myself. I only seen so far one guy. He was on his bicycle minding his own business. He's probably as happy as I am. Alright, let's carry on. And here's our little gazebo. And in the winter month, there are a lot of photographers here, all bunched up and trying to snap the eagle pictures. And not sure why they would like to be all buddy up, you know, 20 people in this small area, you know, on top of each other. Everybody's taking the same picture. I guess some people like that, not me. I usually go my own way, mind my own business, and I end up with a decent picture. And honestly, I don't sell any of my pictures, so it's just for me, for my own enjoyment. So that's what I like. I just like to be outdoors when I can. I drove by the South Platte River this morning, and kind of wanted almost to stop and check it out, but I decided to come here. There's a little sign. We'll come back later in the summertime and you'll be able to see that water is going to be way down in the summer months. So, but for now, it would be ideal if, like this, it would stay all year long. And like straight across, if you see all those dead trees over there, I read the sign. It says like at the 4.5 mile mark, you cannot go there anymore because the eagles and other predators are predators. What am I trying to say? They're nesting there. So for a while you cannot go around the lake, which is fine. I did it once, you know, and it was hard. I ran out of water. That whole trip around the lake is like 9 miles. So when I was on that side, straight across, there was like a dam, and there, like, you can see it. Like there's literally no trees. And it was so hot. It was like 95 degrees, man, and I started seeing things. I was like, never again I go without a water anywhere. I mean, I had a water, I just ran out of it. It was a small bottle. But, all right, let's just keep going to the last blind, and then yeah, I'll see you there. So the one other thing I was gonna talk to you about is one of my people who watch my channel told me, they sent me an email, and they know who they are, who it is, and so the person said that it was actually kind of cool. She watched one of my videos, you know, where I spoke a little bit in Latvian, and I was referring to the ant's nest, and I said that in Latvia we call it a skudru pūznis, So she said that she really appreciates me saying that in my language. So I decided that maybe now, from now on, in every video I will teach you one word in my language, in Latvian. So yeah, and I thought that it would be just appropriate to start out this little thing with teaching you how to say a burp. See, I can't even say bird. So in Latvian, the bird is putns. P-U-T-N-I-S. P-U-T-N-I-S. That's how you spell it out. So it's called putns. So that's the bird in Latvian, putns. So yeah, and to be quite honest, sometimes I find myself like struggling. Like I've been here in the States, now since 2004. So you find out how many years it is. 17. I'm coming up on 17 years. So my English by far is not perfect. I have an accent, and sometimes I struggle with it, and it's difficult that I can't, I struggle with pronunciation, and some of it may sound funny as hell, not like I care, but I would like to get better, but I guess since I came here when I was like 33 years old or whatever, my accent's always gonna stay with me, and there's not much I can improve in this regard. But yeah, I wish I could make the videos in my language, but then I find myself struggling with that as well, because when you don't have anybody for 17 years to talk in your own native language, so you start to kind of not like lose the language, but there are certain things, which is almost easier for me to say in English, and for some things I can't even find the equivalent word in Latvian, so which really sucks, and then the audience also, it's very narrow if I would speak in Latvian. So just gonna stick with English, but those are just my thoughts. So we'll learn the new word in Latvian, putns, which means bird. So next time we will learn something else, and so maybe after a while we're gonna be able to put a sentence together. But yeah, for now it was bird, and in Latvian we say it putns. So that's that. So now we're almost at the trailhead to our last blind, that's as far as we're gonna go. So yeah, water levels are way up than what it was last time. I actually never seen this little river being flooded over completely. So that's something new to me, because usually like right about here, there is no water. So the river has gone out of the banks, at least on whatever side you call it, south banks. Yeah, look at all these carp spawning or something. They're doing something. I mean, they're just going nuts. I don't know if they spawned this early, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. Yeah, they're just very active. So they're just making babies, let's put it that way. And look at this river. Wow. The little bridge is almost flooded over. That's a high water level for this river, man. It's excellent, you know. It's great for the Barr Lake itself, you know, because this all goes to Barr Lake. There's some pelicans, but yeah, it's good to see that the water is finally, water levels are up. Look at that. Houston, we have a problem. Oh shoot, man. Let me try to man, I'm gonna get all my feet wet. That's what's gonna happen. And they are officially wet. Fuck. Oh, sorry for my language. But I got my feet wet. Huh. That's alright. But yeah, it's crazy. At some point in the year, you know, it's all so dry, you know, and there's no water in it. And then in the springtime, you got all the water you may need. It looks like they're gonna do something with this path. But here's the blind we're going to, and then I'm gonna sit there for a little bit, catch a breath, take my jacket off, switch out my lens to my macro, and we're gonna walk back. All right, change of plans. I'm definitely not going over there. Yeah, I've never seen this before. So if the freaking carp are on a path to the last blind, I mean, how in the hell am I supposed to get there? So that's not happening. Very high water levels, and look at the carp. Man, at some point they're gonna get stranded here. Wow, that's crazy. Look at the big ass carp. Look at the bull heron. That was cool. Man. Oh, there he goes. He spotted me. There he goes. Well, that's that. I'm gonna have to make a pit stop here on the log. Take my jacket off, drink some water, eat some trail mix, switch out the lens, and head back. Well, it's good to learn that now when we come back, you know, we're gonna see, you know, how it will change, you know, how the water level is gonna be maybe a month from now. But for now, yeah, let me just sit down and take my jacket off and all that, and talk to you in a minute. Big bug here. Some kind of beetle. Come on, you beetle guy. That would have been a great macro shot. Maybe it will still happen. I can see it's going in there. There's my macro lens. It's heavy. Well made by Nikon. Gotta clean the lens, but we're back in business. Look at all these pelicans. Pretty cool. So I'm now walking back to my car. I got my lens switched out to macro. Down the road there were some interesting things, you know, I would like to take a picture of with this macro lens, but that's pretty much gonna do it for today. I'm not so sure if I I'm gonna drive somewhere to take a landscape picture because my feet are literally wet. Coming now, oh boy, man. Every time I say something, there's a big eagle. But yeah, coming out from that trail, man, I got my feet really wet. It's not a pleasant feeling, but who knows, maybe by the time I get back to my car, feet are gonna be kind of halfway dry, and we can drive up the road and see if there's anything, you know, where I could snap a picture, like a landscape picture. There's nothing much around here, but you never know. But yeah, it was great to be back again, you know, to come out and walk around. Now there are definitely a lot more people on the trail, so this is actually a perfect time for me to bounce, get the hell out of here. And yeah, we did take a few pictures, and you'll see them at the end of the video. But yeah, again, it was great to be out, walk around. So the next trip, I haven't planned anything yet, but here in a couple weeks, me and my youngest son and his girlfriend, we're planning a trip to go pike fishing to Rocky Mountain Arsenal. So I may grab the GoPro with me, you know, and do a little video about our fishing trip. So that's kind of like what I think is gonna happen next. So so that's in a couple weeks. Just gotta, if I remember, I think it's already allowed to fish there, if I remember, but I just gotta confirm that. And by the way, shout out to Bree, and congratulations on your first pike. It was a small one, but I bet you were so excited to get him out. So when we go to Rocky Mountain Arsenal, you gotta promise me you're gonna catch a big one, because I know you will. So yeah, a couple more weeks. But that's it for today. Thank you again for coming along with me. I mean, these videos are turning out not much as a photography, you know, like teaching photography or nothing like that. It's more like me walking around, you know. That's what I like. And in the meantime, you know, taking some pictures. But yeah, thank you for watching, and hopefully see you in a couple of weeks. Bye, have a good one.